What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. Today, I'm talking about your spine. So, especially if your base is bodybuilding, powerlifting, things like that, strongman to a certain extent, you're always taught that your spine has to remain neutral, has to remain rigid, or else injury will occur. Bad shit, Snap City, all that stuff. That's not true. You do need to train yourself to be into these ranges of motion. Don't just say, oh, my spine rounds to shit on deadlifts, that's okay. No, because then you're not resisting any movement. You're not training your spine. You're not training your spinal erectors. You're just allowing yourself to sag and not have any structural integrity. That also is not good. So, sticking with my stupid comment series, I made a video of me doing some Russian twists and then me doing some rounded back Zercher, Romania deadlifts, whatever you want to call them. And I am twisting my spine in the Russian twists, and I am flexing and extending my spine in the Zercher deadlifts. And the caption reads, "Your spine is meant to move, bend, and twist your spine." Now, this has become a lot more popular with certain channels on Instagram, but I thought to myself, well before I saw things like that, is you don't want your core training and spine training to just be about resisting movement. Especially in sport, you're going to find yourself in positions where your spine is being asked to move in less than ideal ways. Okay? So why would you not train that? Why would you not want to explore the full movement of your spine and of your body? Do you not think that would help with your athletic performance? Because I do. I do, and I think it will help a lot, not just a little bit, especially when you think of it like this. Think of how many years and decades people were told, don't bend your spine under load, don't twist your spine under load. Think of how many years that's been told to people. I'm not new. It didn't just start when I was told. It started well before that. Just think of the stupid advice people think when you bend over to pick something up. Lift with your knees, not with your back. How about you lift with your knees and your back in conjunction? How about you stop trying to transfer none of the work to your back? Because you know what happens? Your back stays weak at that point. So, but think of all the years of underdosing that people have done to their spines in terms of no twisting, no bending. It's just rigid all the time. That would be like if you never bent your elbows or never bent your knees. Don't you think knee flexion and knee extension, or just, I guess, knee flexion would be really painful to do after a while? I do, because you have not gone through that movement at all. So, let's get to the comment. This gentleman saw my video and decided the world needed to know his expert opinion. And he reads, "No, it is effing not. The spine is one of the worst features of human anatomy. It evolved for quadrupeds, and everything F's up when it's used in bipedals. Human anatomy is effing awful. You have to be really careful." And then someone said, especially with that twisting crap. So he found a friend in the comments. Congratulations, you found a friend in the comments. So, this is what this comment is basically saying. Human anatomy is awful. Give up. Don't bend. Don't twist. Now, obviously, you have to be careful. That would be like saying to someone, don't do shoulder exercises because you may injure your shoulder joint. Don't do a squatting movement because you may injure your hip or your knee. Obviously, you have to be fucking careful with every single fucking exercise you do. That is common fucking sense. I'm mimicking how many times this guy swore over a certain thing. But here's the problem. You're only going to get hurt bending and extending if you are using too much load or too much range of motion. And how do you do that? You gradually work up with a moderate amount of load that your body can handle and don't go past your mobility capabilities. Very simple. You're only going to get hurt when you do too much volume, too much frequency, too much weight or intensity, and you go past your body's limitations in any of those regards, mobility being included, or range of motion. Let's make that easier to understand. You're not ever going to get hurt if you are playing within your body's rules. The stupidest thing I've ever heard, human anatomy is awful. Yeah, really? Then how the fuck did we survive all these years? Everyone should be broken, completely broken, because our anatomy is awful. What a stupid thing to say. How does this person's vote count as much as mine? That's a topic for another day. I can ramble on for hours about that. To me, I saw it perfect on a reel on Instagram, that in school, when there were children that had learning disabilities and everyone knew who they were, they treated them nice, whatever, but then you graduate high school and no one knows who they are anymore. They just get released out into the wild. And no one knows. This is why you don't argue with people online. You might be arguing with the kid that ate glue in kindergarten. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think bending and twisting is the end of the world? Because whether you tell me it is or not, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. And you just need to dose it appropriately. Why would you be like, oh, no, I don't want to take that chance, but I'm just going to stay rigid as hell and make sure I have zero mobility? That makes no sense to me. If you like this video, if you like this series of me responding to stupid comments, click that like button. And as always, have yourself a great day, ladies and gentlemen.